Today I have decided to do something a little bit different, by which I mean pretend I am a better artist than I actually am. That's right, I'm going to draw my life. Let's start with the boring stuff. I was born here in the UK in a city called Sheffield, which I don't actually remember because I was less than 2 years old when we moved to Cambridge. I have a few very disjointed memories of Cambridge, but that's about it, which makes it sort of awkward when my parents insist on driving past the house we used to live in because I have no memory of this place. I should probably also mention that sometime before this my little brother came into being. I assume he was born at a hospital, but I don't remember, so for all I know he was unloaded from the mothership sometime before my 2nd birthday. Let's move on to the stuff I actually do remember, most of which happens after we moved to the United States. I particularly recall sitting in a car somewhere getting my mother to teach me American. For some reason I was convinced that they spoke an entirely different language in the US and refused to believe that they called bread, bread. The first state I lived in was Ohio. Because it is roughly heart-shaped and slightly to the left, Ohio is commonly referred to as the heart of the nation. Except no, that's a lie. Only people living there say that because they want to feel better about living in the most boring state in the US. We have corn and Buckeyes and the Cincinnati Reds. So yeah, we've got a lot going for us. The area I lived in was also super conservative, and George W. Bush used to drive through the streets to thank us for our support. In my mind, though, this was made up for by the fantastic ice cream. Cut to the summer before 5th grade, when we moved again, this time to Northern Virginia. For anyone who doesn't know geography very well, that is exactly what Virginia looks like. And right on the tip of it is Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is one of my favourite places. I love the Washington Monument and the reflecting pool and the various memorials. Unfortunately, so do all of the local schools. Guess where we went for every single field trip? I swear I never want to go to the Air and Space Museum again. A few important things happened while I lived in Virginia. First of all, in 6th grade I suddenly decided I wanted my hair cut short after trying to grow it down to my waist for years, and it's been that way ever since. Then in 7th grade my family got our dog Minty, and after all the fuss my mum made about not liking animals, she now treats her like a 3rd child. I went to a weirdly strict middle school where they acted as if the students were going to riot at any second, and the year after I left they banned skinny jeans as cross-dressing. I had a great group of friends though, one of whom introduced me to Nerdfighteria. As a result I began talking to my first internet friend Zoe, but she's not important at the moment. I spent my first year of high school in Virginia before being cruelly uprooted once again and moved to Michigan. Michigan is like a hand. And yes, they do actually say that. It has also been scientifically proven that Michigan is the 2nd most boring state, except of course for Ann Arbor, which is where I lived. Ann Arbor people are very big on football because of the University of Michigan. I honestly couldn't care less. When I moved, instead of making actual real-life friends, I joined a collab channel, which led me to begin talking properly to my internet friend Zoe. We finally met last summer along with my other friend Sam at VidCon 2012, which marked 2 of the best days of my life. I did also have friends in Michigan, rest assured, although, I only bothered hanging out with them because they could already drive and I couldn't. Seriously though, they were genuinely wonderful people and I miss them now that I've moved away from my parents to do my A-levels in Norwich. And that is the road so far. I'd love to see you guys draw your own lives, so make a video response if you can. You should also go and check out Casual Chameleon because I stole this idea from her and she is a lot more talented than I am. I'll see you guys next week and DFTBA.